home of the three-piece combos, pugilism company. This is Reed, BBS, the Black Birch Sugar. Sometimes, man, you got to beat that dead horse. You got to resuscitate it and beat it to death all over again. Such is the case with these the Joshua and Wilder negotiations. I haven't spoken on it in a while. Pretty much everything I had stated came to fruition. I knew that Wilder was not going to be Joshua's next opponent. We knew that it would be Povetkin. But just, it's to the point now, just with all that's went on. This is a bigger soap opera, if you can believe it, than Canelo Alvarez's failed drug tests and the fallout from that. And I'd almost would rather have the contaminated meat fiasco than what we're getting here. I'll be brief in my statements, though. I mean, Eddie Hearn, he's proven to be patently unlikable. And there's really no need me elaborating much beyond that. He's patently unlikable. He's been checked at every turn in America by pretty much everyone he's tried to duke it out with. Steven Espinoza, Shelley Finkel, and Al Heyman, they've been raping him in the negotiations. So, that is what that is. My concern is Povetkin himself. And just the fact that Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, they're willing to risk all the money involved, all the money at stake on the table for that Wilder fight, just to get this mandatory out of the way. September 22nd on DAZN. Hey, yay, how about that, boxing fans? Yet another streaming service that we need to pay for, or have a homeboy pay for, or go halves on, so we can see these meaningful fights. Don't you love it, man? But yeah, Povetkin, hey, 34-1, 21 KOs. Gold medalist at the 2000 Olympics. Himself a former WBA champion. This man's one and only loss was to Vladimir Klitschko, who, even though Joshua stopped Klitschko, Vlad's always had a more, a more polished style. He had way more amateur experience, so that's to be expected, and way more pro fights. So one doesn't necessarily lead to the other. Just because Joshua beat Vlad and Vlad beat Povetkin, that does not mean Joshua automatically beats Povetkin. He should be favored, but this is far, and I mean far from a foregone conclusion, y'all. I mean, yeah, Joshua stopped Carlos Takam with some controversy, some assistance from a shady ref. Alexander Povetkin stretched his motherfucking ass. Watch that fight. Povetkin stopped Johan Duhaupas quicker than Deontay Wilder did. And on the undercard of Joshua Parker, Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, Povetkin slept David Price's big ass. I mean, he slept him. Like, stole the show of that broadcast by knocking out David Price in the 5th round. Watch that highlight, too. This dude's sleeping dudes. And while I won't sit here and say Joshua was chinny, I'm still not. It's still unproven to me. I'm still not convinced enough to say he can take a punch or he can't take a punch per se. I mean, Dillian White, he staggered him with a temple shot. Dillian White also dropped Joshua in the amateurs. Of course, Klitschko, he dropped Joshua, but man, that right hand Vlad landed. That was one of the 5 best right hands Klitschko's ever thrown or landed. So if Joshua couldn't take a punch at all, he probably would not have gotten up. Still, Povetkin, man, he's got skills, he's got pedigree, and he's going to be the second hardest puncher Joshua's ever faced. Mark my words. Man, he's got that weird way of changing levels, not just in a bob and weave sense, but so he'll get low and then he'll fire high on you. He'll get real low and then fire up high, or stand a little more upright than you expect and aim low. Like, he changes levels in a way that will occupy and possibly confuse Joshua. Like, this man's bringing skills to this, man. So that just leads me back to what I said initially. I can't believe with such a problematic opponent and with so much money riding on the fight after that, the super fight with Wilder, that Matchroom would take this chance. Why would you take this chance at all, man? This is a 60-40 fight in and of itself. So a smart man would take that money over there. I mean, it's sitting right there in front of you, right over there. A smart man wouldn't risk a 60-40 fight for what will be the biggest payday of his career. Whether you're Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder, y'all fighting each other will be the biggest payday of your career. And the thing about it, if or when either of them takes that L, that payday for fighting each other decreases significantly. Like right then and there. I'm talking like a mid to high 8-figure payday to a damn 7-figure payday. Just one loss. Just one misstep. Just one wrong move. And that one wrong move very well could be Alexander Povetkin, man. Be careful what you wish for, Eddie Hearn. Be careful if you get your man beat and then he regrets letting you be the mouthpiece through all of this. You've already ruined his rep in America. Don't get him beat and cost him the biggest payday of his career, man. Anyways, y'all, that's all I got for the moment. This is Reed BBS from the one and only home of the 3-piece combos, Pugilism Company. And we out.